everyone. I am Aishwarya, an educator on Unacademy. You can follow me on Unacademy Learning app where you can find my other courses as well. In this lesson, we are going to talk about words that confuse us because they have similar pronunciation but their meaning as well as application are completely different. So let us have a look at these words. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you. So, as I have mentioned in my introductory video, in this lesson we are going to talk about words that confuse us, and it happens because they have similar pronunciation but their spellings, meanings as well as application is completely different. So here we have new versus new, then later versus letter, and lesson versus lesson. So as you can see, in each pair, both of the words have similar pronunciation. Okay, but their meaning, spelling and applications are completely different. So let us clear our concepts. Firstly, we will discuss the meaning of KNEW, new, and NEW, new. So new is past tense of know, which means when you already have an idea about something, then it means you knew it. And this new, it is very common. You all would have heard of it. New means not common or something which is fresh or unused. Now we will discuss some examples that are using the word new. And here KNEW, new, means to already have an idea about something. So first is, I knew that the child was crying because he was hungry. This means I already had an idea about why the child was the child was crying because he was hungry. Then second, I knew that he will perform good in exams. So this means I already had an idea that he will perform good in exams. Last, she knew about my family problems. This means she had an idea about my family problem. Now we will discuss some examples that are using the word new. And here this new means something which is fresh, unused, or something which is not old. So first is, I am planning to buy a new bike. So this means I am planning to buy a unused bike or a bike which is not second hand. Then second, a new car was parked in front of my house. So this means a car which was not looking old was parked in front of my house. Last is, I have got a new dress for you. So this means I have got a fresh dress or a dress which I have purchased recently for you. So I guess the difference is clear now. Now we'll discuss the meaning of later and letter. So LATER, later, means after a time. It could be a particular period of time or something which is not particular. Then letter means second out of two things that are mentioned. So suppose the speaker or writer has mentioned two things, or even if sometimes it is understood anything that has two parts, then when we use the word letter, it means we are talking about the second part of that thing. So let us discuss some examples that are using the word later, which means after a time. So first is, I'll call you back later. This means I'll call you back after some time. Then next, I asked her to meet me later. This means I asked her to meet me after a time. Then last is, the ATM was not working, so we decided to withdraw the money later. This means the ATM was not working, therefore so we decided to withdraw the money after some time. Now we will discuss some examples that are using the word letter, which means when we have mentioned two things, or when it is understood that something has two parts, then we are talking about the second part of it. So first example is, the latter half of the session was very inspiring. This means the second half of the session was very inspiring. The next, I will join gym in the latter part of this month. So this means after first 15 days of the month, when the next 15 days will start, then I will join the gym. Last example is, the latter part of the movie was very interesting. This means the second part of the movie was very interesting. I hope the difference between later and letter is clear now. So now, last part of this lesson, we will discuss the meaning of lesser, lesson and lesson. It's L-E-S-S-E-N, lesson, which means to decrease, and L-E-S-S-O-N, lesson, means anything that is learnt or taught. So, here we have examples that are using the word lessen, which means to decrease. First is, this medicine helped me to lessen the pain. So this means this medicine helped me to decrease the pain or control the pain. Then second, nothing was able to lessen her sufferings after the death of her parents. This means nothing was able to decrease her sufferings after the death of her parents. Then last is, I tried to lessen his sorrow by helping him in his bad times. This means I tried to decrease his sorrow by helping him in his bad times. Now we will discuss some examples that are using the word lesson, which means something that is taught or learned. For example, right now also we are discussing a lesson which is talking about the words that are confusing. So here first example is, that lesson is very interesting. So this means something that I have learnt in this chapter is very interesting. Then next, please go through these lessons thoroughly. So this means please learn these lessons or please learn these chapters thoroughly. Okay, so lessons are basically chapters which contain a finite amount of writing or course. It is a part of course. Then last is, you have to study all these lessons before your exams. This means you have to study all these parts of course or all these chapters before your exam. So, this is all I had. I hope I was clear with the topic. Still, if you have any doubts or queries, please drop reviews. And don't forget to like this video. Thank you so much for watching.